nonetheless. Today's going to be a pretty big day here for the CranKy Ducklings. We have not just this tournament, but we also have Sea Duckling Open in a couple of hours, followed by WTL at the end of the night. So 3 broadcasts here tonight, back to back to back. It's going to be an intense weekend, as it always is, as it usually is. And here we go, we're diving into our next series. In the bottom right hand corner, we have Cure for Team Liquid. South Korean Terran player. I'm so used to going for the WTL intros. I have to stop myself. Spawning in the top left hand corner, we have the South Korean Terran player living the land of Japan. The red Terran representing Team Hyper 1. It is HonMonO. And speaking of proxies, here we go. SCVs are being sent out across the map, and I believe we're going for a proxy Raxus in the natural of Cure. We're going to be hugging the edge of the natural base here, hoping to just suck it in, to just hug the edge and be avoided, be kept hidden here by the likes of Cure. Here we go. We are committed. Proxy 2Rax Reaper here from HonMonO is going to be rallying Reapers into the main base. Cure is going for a double gas opener though. Double gas is going to be leading into a faster factory, leading into faster Hellion production. Cure, he will have the tools to defend, but it's all about the execution, all about the micro. It's going to come down to the control here of our players. Who is going to be favored, or who's going to be able to take the edge off the other, have an edge over the other. Reapers on the way. Likewise, will Cure have the wherewithal to scout and actually check this location? Oh, we're going for the bunker. We're going Marine. My apologies here. Okay, we're not going proxy. Wait, what? We're not going proxy Reaper. We're going 2Rax Marine instead, containing Cure. Very interesting. Okay. Show us what you got. We are taking gas behind this here to transition. Marines are going to be poking in. Bunker is going to finish. Boys are being pulled. Curry does pull the boys. Does a buffer here for his Reaper. We do manage to get one SCV. We got one so far. Lolo's mine time. Second SCV goes down as well. So far, good control here at HonMonO. Doesn't lose a Marine, but they are getting low. As we're getting even more SCVs, 4 workers go down. For a handful of Marines, though. As HonMonO forces his way up the ramp. Gets into the bunker. It does not finish. And HonMonO doesn't even need that bunker, not yet at least. He's getting so much ground. He's getting quite a lot done. Gets the Reaper as well, but the bunker does complete. Cure, he has control of his main base. HonMonO stuck outside. And there's that transition. We have a second gas geyser and a factory on the way. Okay, where do we go from here? So we have 2 Marines to just hold onto that bunker. We're getting into Reapers behind this, which can, of course, bypass this bunker, get into the mineral line. We're going for some SCV damage, but I believe this Cyclone is going to come out just in time to keep up with the Reapers. I believe. Back at home, we're getting into our own Cyclone production. No tech lab for tanks. No Starport either. Cyclone has been able to pop out. Reapers, they get into the mineral line. They get one. They get one SCV, they get a second worker, and we do not get a... Oh, wait. We do get a third as well. Whew. That was a clutch KDA charge. 3 SCVs go down. Not like this. It's going to be 8 worker kills in total. Just like that, HonMonO does take a worker lead. He's going for a CC in the main base. His command center, fun fact, is faster than that of Cure, as Cure went for a 1-1-1 instead. So the turns are about to table. HonMonO was the aggressor, but now Cure is going to be the aggressor instead with the arrival of this medevac. We're going for a drop across the map. And there it is. Cyclones, they're moving out. And does HonMonO have enough to defend? Oh, he misses the Cyclones. Uh-oh. HonMonO, what do we have at home? We have 1 Cyclone to defend as opposed to the 2 that we would have had. So HonMonO out of position. We're boosting on out. Second Cyclone and Viking are on the way, but they're not done yet. And Cure, he's here. Cure has arrived. We're going for the main base. We catch the Cyclone. It's going to go down. We came to the production as well. We can see HonMonO racing back home, but it's too little too late. Boys are being pulled. Workers are falling. We got 5 SCVs. We get another Cyclone as well. Very nice control here out of Cure. The juggling, a little bit too good. It looks like he's finally going to get cleaned up, but no, I spoke too soon. Gets 8 SCVs, busts into the mineral line. He scouts the second starport. Big moment there for Cure, as he does see the two base all in. And we're pushing. Curie keeps on pushing. What do we have left? One Cyclone. We're getting into a tech lab, getting into tank production. Curie's just not stopping, not slowing down. See HonMonO making 2 Vikings at a time, trying to catch up, trying to gain map control, trying to gain air control. But he needs time. Bunker is not done. It is going to be denied. Do force a cancel. Commence it to zone away. Behind this, Curie's getting his own CC on location. The tank has arrived, so HonMonO, he at least holds onto his main, but he is being contained. That's the goal here for Cure, is to contain HonMonO, to delay this expansion for as long as we can. Delay the expansion. Behind this, we go for a scan. We get eyes on the CC that has completed. And we are main outing over. Looking at the workers, Cure, he does have the economic lead, does have the high worker count. Natural base timings are lined up, they're synced up. And when it comes to the main armies, we have a Viking lead for Cure, we have a tank lead, we have a marine lead. Cure, he's ahead in every aspect so far. Despite the double starport, we don't have any add-ons. So HonMonO, he's actually got an even Viking count, if not slightly behind Viking count here to Cure. Vikings are being active. Cure, just setting up a trap here in the center of the map. For any stray units. The Vikings, they are spotted. And Curie's going for it. Oh, the Vikings, they are staggered. We get 1, we get 2. Massive catch here from Cure. The Viking count, they were quite similar. They were so close. But now Curie takes a massive Viking lead, and now we're pushing. Now that we have air control, we have control of the tanks, we have control of the game. We have high ground. HonMonO does snipe a Viking. Cure, they're within range of the bunker. And a tank as well. That tank goes down. Bunker as well. The pig got by Cure. You can see him just bullying the Vikings back here from HonMonO. Now HonMonO, he's getting into his own reactor. Looking to take a Viking lead. Trying to at least. Curie's still up 3 Vikings. Behind this, 3rd CC on location. Cure, he's containing his opponent to 2 bases, getting further ahead in the economy. Behind this, HonMonO trying to play mech. We're going for an armory. See HonMonO rotating around. I mean, again, he knows that he can't fight the Vikings here of Cure, and the Liberator has arrived. We have freedom. We have the Liberation Zone. HonMonO just sending it across the map. Trying to get some damage done. But it's only a matter of time as Cure is getting closer and closer, deeper and deeper into the natural of HonMonO. Gets a tank. See, he's trying to drag the Marines, and the Marines, though. We do on siege. Do foresee on siege Vikings, they do land, and that's going to be a kill on the natural. At the same time, across the map, HonMonO, he does land at the natural base of Cure, killing workers, killing SCVs, pushing into the main base. Cure trying to force his way in. The tank volleys are pretty huge, but Cure, he has far too much. He's overwhelming. Oh, there's 1 tank left. It's close. He does get the tank. He breaks in, and he's came to the production. At the same time, HonMonO doing the same across the map, but alas, we still have a standing army. Cure, he's holding. And HonMonO, he's completely all in. is all in across the map, getting more SCVs, going for the command center. But remember, Cure, he has another mining base. The natural doesn't matter. And Curie's cleaning up these Vikings one after another. They're going down. And HonMonO does not have enough. GG gets called and Cure takes game number 1. GG. And that was an interesting game out of HonMonO. A very interesting build, going 2 racks, proxy 2 racks into Marine, followed by the Reapers instead. Very unusual, very unorthodox. But honestly, it wasn't a bad start. It wasn't a bad start for HonMonO, where he was able to successfully trade, kill additional workers, take an economic lead. The problem was that, unfortunately, because he rallied his first Cyclone across the map, he only had 1 Cyclone at home to defend, and Cure, he just had his way with HonMonO. We saw some killer control there, some killer medevac drop micro with those Cyclones. Cure just overwhelmed HonMonO, took a massive lead himself. Was able to recover. And surpass HonMonO. Very well done. Solid game there at a Cure. And now we're getting into game number 2. Here we go. Light, are you casting any ESL games this season? I'm not a part of EPT Spring, if that's what you're asking. I believe that's being covered by the other community casters out there. I think Wardy, Zombie Grub, Steadfast, BMO, all the others. We did inquire about a side stream, about a B stream, but from my understanding, there is no side stream for EPT Spring. There is no B stream, so unfortunately, we won't be a part of the of ESL Masters Spring. At least not for the regionals. We were told that maybe we might be a part of the DreamHack Dallas main event, as in for that event there are going to be like a C stream, a D stream, a B stream, that sort of thing. So we're going to be a part of that at least. But when it comes to the online regionals, unfortunately there is no B stream there. So feels bad, man. But regardless, we're getting into our next set of games. And spawning in the top left hand corner of Goldenora, we have the South Korean Terran player. The blue Terran representing Team Liquid, leading the series 1-0. It is Cure. And spawning in the bottom right hand corner, we have as opponent, we have the South Korean Terran player, the red Terran representing Team Hyper 1, leaving the land of Japan. Down to the series, looking to bounce back. It is HonMonO. That Cure / Gumio Mass Liberator Mass Thor game lives rent free in my head. Those two have a different level of TvT. They're pretty insane. You're not wrong. They're pretty insane. Arguably, Cure and Gumiho, do they have the best TvT in Korea? Arguably. It's hard to say. Like, there's just so much variety in TvT in Korea, right? You have Gumiho, who more than often embraces mech. You have Björn, who plays a mass bio style, very, very light on tanks, very light on Vikings, mass marine. We have Maru, who does like incorporate the best of both worlds, and he's quite flexible in his own style. We have Cure, who up until recently was very, very much so a mass cyclone kind of player. That was up until the most recent patch. That's a lot of good TvT in Korea. It's a lot of good TvT. And then of course you have Ryung, right? Ryung, arguably the best TvT in the world. The Clem sniper himself. That's some TvTs that I'm not going to forget. If you're curious, I'm referring to World Team League last season, WTL, when this was post DreamHack Atlanta, when Clem was on fire. People were making arguments that maybe Clem was the best player in the world, like he could not be stopped. He was a beast. And in WTL, Maru couldn't stop him, Solar couldn't stop him. Who could? Ryung could. Ryung, he was able to bring Clem down multiple times in WTL. It was crazy. He's Clem's kryptonite, apparently. Good times, good times. But yeah, I think what made that WTL season perfect is that, again, Ryung showed that like he's worth being on Team Vitality or on onside to be on alongside Maru and Solar. Like, he played his part definitely in those finals. Good times, as we do have HonMonO. I was going to say proxying his factory, but it gets scouted immediately. It is going to be spotted. Do you see HonMonO opening up double gas and going a Reactor Reaper Hellion? So is going Reaper Hellion. And with that, he's going to be looking to bust into the natural base. The goal here for HonMonO is to get into the mineral line and to roast up some workers if he does make a pass of Cyclone. That's the big difference here. Cure, he does have defensive Cyclones, does have a tank on the way. We'll see if HonMonO can break in. It is going to be 5 Reapers and 3 Hellions. He's headed for that natural base. Headed for that mineral line. He's going to try to get some SCVs. We do have the high ground. 1 Reaper goes down. We get the Hellion as well. So far, good defense by Cure. And very carefully pushing forward, not overcommitting. And HonMonO is forced back. He gets 3 SCVs, and he was hoping for much more. As Cure now has a tank lead. The tank has arrived. We can see Cure rotating over towards the ramp because HonMonO, he can threaten that ramp, or sorry, he can threaten the cliff face with his Reapers. Can try to jump in. Cure is aware of that, and Cure is ready. So HonMonO rotates around, and he's going to run into the tank. Yeah, tank volley going to be going off. We force HonMonO back. Behind this, we're getting into our 1-1-1. Getting into Viking production. Interesting, so HonMonO, he will have the Viking lead. He's making 2 at a time. Meanwhile, Cure is going for a Raven initially instead. So Cure will have a lot more utility. Meanwhile, HonMonO will have a lot more zoning potential with his Vikings. And we'll see if he doubles down and goes for a second starport again. Speaking of, Cure does slip in, he gets a full scout, does confirm nothing quite hidden in the main base. Good control at HonMonO, he does save his workers. Doesn't lose an SCV. And yeah, Cure, he sees everything. With that, he feels pretty safe to throw down his 3rd CC and work towards his 3rd base. So HonMonO, he's trying to hunt down that Reaper. He's looking for it. Is trying to hunt it down, and here we go, we're pushing out across the map. A couple of boys are being pulled as well. HonMonO is committed. Ooh, the Reapers go down. They did face check. We have 3 Ravens. That's a lot of disable potential. That's a lot of auto turrets. Again, it's all about whether or not HonMonO can zone those Ravens away and even snipe them as he's pushing in. Behind this, 3rd CC on location. HonMonO is not all in. Tanks are ready. HonMonO slowly pushing forward. Does get within range. And does not get the tank. Barely doesn't. So HonMonO, he threatens the main base. Cancels the bunker. Neither player sees yet, who do scan each other. HonMonO, he is getting his 3rd base, it's on the way. Likewise though, Cure, his 3rd is already in orbital, and it's being landed at the linear 3rd location. Is going to be taken. Looking at our unit count here, we're up to 8 Vikings, we have a Liberator. HonMonO, he can try to bully Cure back. Has a lot of potential with that Lib. Tank does go off. See the Ravens trying to skirt around. They do take a couple of hits. They're getting low. You have to be careful. Oh. You have to be careful as the 3rd base is getting up and running. HonMonO, his own as well. Still behind that of Cure. Still not in orbital. Yeah, it's Cure. He was able to keep up, was able to zone HonMonO away. HonMonO, he actually didn't pick anything off. Remember, he didn't get any tanks. See, 1 Marine went down, and Cure, he's able to maintain his economic lead, and that is translated out now in the armies. Look at the supply here. We have 7 tanks to 5. We have the Ravens as well, which can render tanks inert with their interference matrix. We have a massive Marine lead as well. This is going to be an uphill battle for HonMonO. Again, just too much of a deficit after the openers. HonMonO, he committed so much to the Reaper Hellion, and it wasn't worth it. Reapers get cleaned up. The Mass Viking has potential. Oh, Raven, we get one. We get two. Very nicely done. There's one Raven left, and they have not been worth it. We get the Medivacs as well. Very nice pickups here by HonMonO, but the ground army is still in favor of Cure. This is best case scenario for HonMonO, and it's still going to be close as we go for the drop into the main. Vikings a little bit too slow, not in position. And the Marines, they're getting a lot done. They force the Vikings to land. Boys are being pulled. And so many SCVs going to be going down. We get 16, 17, 19. Almost 20. Very well worth it. And here we go. That one Raven does get some disables off. We're pushing on forward. Liberator goes down. Not the most efficient trade here out of Cure, but he breaks through nonetheless. GG gets called. HonMonO gets pulled apart, and Cure takes the series 2-0. GG. GG, well played. Cure does take it 2-0, does advance on into the semifinals in a very impressive way there. I mean, HonMonO, he had his own moments, right? Like, he was able to pick off some Medivacs, pick off some Ravens. I love that despite that, we still haven't had enough Medivacs to drop into the main base to drag away all of those Vikings, to pull them out of position, which allowed that one sole Raven to actually come into play, disable as many tanks as possible, and break the third base. Very well done, very well executed there by Cure. GG. GG, well played. With that, Cure will advance on. HonMonO is eliminated from the tournament. GG. And with that, we have some catching up to do.